So good morning all. So welcome to this session on control systems. So we'll discuss today the derivations of time response specifications of second order systems. Okay. So last class we have shown you the second order system response for underdamped system. So which is the zeta greater than 0 less than 1 case. And we have defined the 5 to 6 specifications for a control system. Okay. Or time response. So one is delay time, the 50% of 0 to 50% of time value. Then we had the rise time, which is 0 to 100% or 90% for the overdamped system case. Okay. Then we had the peak time. So when it reaches the peak, okay, the time required to reach the peak of the time response is called rise time. And then we had percentage overshoot. It is the normalized difference between the peak and the steady state. Okay. And then we had so it is called as TSS. Okay, so what is that? Just to recall. Okay, settling time. Okay, so settling time. So when it reaches the final steady state, settling time, and finally the steady state error. Okay, so delay time we don't have any derivation. So the remaining four we try to look at. Okay, so steady state error also I will not discuss in this part. It will be in the next steady state part we will consider. So the four remaining: rise time, peak time, percentage peak overshoot, and the settling time. So these four derivations we try to cover today. Okay, for that we'll use the time response equation. Okay, every time. Okay. Fine. So first one we'll consider rise time. Okay, consider a second order underdamped system. The rise time TR is the time taken by the step response to go from 0 to 100% of the final value. So this definition holds good for underdamped system. Okay, as we have mentioned, there are two definitions are there for rise time. Okay, so what is the time response? So that is 1. Okay, so 0 to 100% of the final value means C of TR is nothing but 1. Okay, so that we'll write wherever T is there, we'll substitute TR. So C of TR is equal to 1 minus e to the power minus zeta omega n T. This is the response. So here we have to make TR. Okay, divided by square root of 1 minus zeta square sine omega d TR plus theta is equal to theta. This is the expression. Because of the rise time, its value reaches to 100%. So if you remove the percentage, it is 1. Okay, so that's why equated to 1. So where theta is cos inverse zeta. So these basic things you know. So now what we'll make? So this one and this one will cancel out. Okay, so because of that, even this minus n can be multiplied. So you will get e to the power minus zeta omega n t square root of 1 minus zeta square sine omega d TR is equal to 0. Okay, so hope you got this. So this is the expression. One I took, one both side cancel out. Even the minus sign you can multiply both side, so it will be removed. So what is remaining is this term. Okay, so eta to the power minus zeta omega n TR square root of 1 minus zeta square sine omega d TR is equal to 0. So now your expression reduces to this one. Okay, so next step, we could not make this zeta part 0 because under damped system zeta should be greater than 0 less than 1. We could not make e to the power zeta omega n TR, okay, divided by square root of 1 minus zeta square not equal to 0. It is not possible to equate to 0. Okay, so then we can equate sine omega d TR plus theta is equal to 0. Okay, so what is 0? So from this, what is omega d TR? So this, what is this angle? Omega d TR plus theta, which is sine inverse 0, or it is 0 means sine 180 degree, right? So sine cancel out. So what you get right side is sine inverse 0 is pi in the radian. Okay, so you have to consider in radian mode. Okay, so sine inverse 0 is 180 degree, or it is phi in radian. So from this, so omega d TR is equal. So I need to get the expression for TR. So that's why omega d TR, I have theta, I have the right side. So it is phi minus theta. So therefore theta TR is equal to phi minus theta divided by omega. So you got the final expression. Okay, So this we will be using it for solving the problems, because theta omega t will be solving it separate, and we substitute it, we will get it. But when we write the derivation, we need to write one more step. You have to substitute for theta and omega d. So that's why TR is equal to 5 minus cos inverse zeta omega and square root of 1 minus zeta square. Okay, so 3 to 4 marks, one derivation they will ask, very simple derivations. Okay, so I hope you have understood. For that you need to know the definition of each of the specifications. Okay, so just to recall, okay, same way we will be having remaining one. So only first one I will just show you revision. So rise time is nothing but the time taken by the step response to go from 0 to 100% of the final value. So it is in percentage. So in terms of percentage, if we remove, it is the value is 1. C of TR value is equal to 1. You can make one more step. So C of TR is equal to, that is rise time, is equal to 100% or 1. Okay, then that is, you can write C of TR, you have to write the expression 1 minus e to the power minus zeta omega n TR. Wherever T is there, you substitute TR. I have not written that, you write it. Okay, because it is not going to affect in my expression, that's why not written. Maybe the square root of 1 minus zeta square, okay, sine omega d TR plus theta is equal to 0. Okay, so where theta equal to cos inverse zeta, so just minus sign also we remove, we got, since we could not make this part as 0, okay, as zeta is having value because it is in under damped condition. So that's why omega d TR plus theta can be made equal to 0 to get the value of this coefficient. Okay, so this may not be 0, means something should be 0. No, this should be 0. So 0 multiplied by anything is 0. This is a non-zero term. This should be a 0 term. Okay, so using this, we have equated sine omega d TR plus theta is equal to 0. So then we try to remove the sine. Omega d TR plus theta is equal to sine inverse 0. You can write sine inverse 0, or like this also you can write. So sine cancel out, or sine inverse 0 is 5. This is the better method. So sine cancellation never happens. Okay, so it is sine inverse 0 it is. Okay, so don't use this. Instead you use sine inverse. Sorry, here no need to write. So this is not required. So here you write one more step. Sine inverse 0 equal to 5. Okay, sine inverse 0. This is how you write, no, equal to 5 you write. Okay, so then we have to find the expression for TR. That's why theta I have taken that side, 5 minus theta. Then omega d I have taken the denominator. So theta and omega d I have substituted, and I got the final expression for TR. Okay, in the similar fashion, according to the definition, we will modify this and we will solve the different expression. Okay, so this is about rise time. Next we will go for peak time. Expression for peak time. So peak time definition, peak time TP is the time taken by the step response to reach the peak value. Okay, so when it reaches peak value, the differentiation of time response should be equal to 0. Okay, so for that what we will do, first we will write the expression of C of t. Again, every time I am using this, I told you, right? C of t is equal to 1 minus e to the power minus zeta omega n t square root of 1 minus zeta square sine omega d t plus theta. This is the basic expression. Okay, so now TP is time taken by the step response to reach the peak value. So when it reaches peak value, so at peak the time derivative of response is 0. So if you find out graphically, so time derivative is 0, that means you have to take the differentiation now, okay, of the C of t. So take the differentiation dc by dt when t equal to TP. Next step we have to substitute, wherever t is there, TP we have to make equal to differentiation of 1 is 0. Then this is in the form, okay, u into v, right? Product is there. So first we'll this will keep as it is, e to the power minus zeta omega n t divided by square root of 1 minus zeta square, and differentiate second one, which is cos omega dt plus theta. Along with the t you have omega d, so that will be taken outside, omega d. Okay, minus, because your minus sign is there outside, minus sign will kept. And now I will keep the first term constant, sine omega d t plus theta, and I will differentiate the first term. So it will be giving e to the power minus zeta omega n t divided by square root of 1 minus zeta square and the coefficient of t is only zeta omega n, minus zeta omega n is taken here. Okay, and this should be equated to 0. The differentiation, whatever you have done, this should be equated to 0. Okay, so and then you have to substitute wherever t is there, tp you have to make in next step. Okay, and also there are some things common is there here. Okay, so like let's look at in the next step. Okay, so I will send you this notes today. Okay, so after that you can verify. Okay, so first TP I have substituted e to the power minus zeta omega and TP by square root of 1 minus zeta. This is common in both sides, so that's why I've taken common. Then what is remaining there? Okay, so if I take this common, just a minute. Okay, so here both expression, this term is common, right? E to the power minus zeta omega and t 1 minus zeta square. Here also it is there, here also it is there. Okay, this I will take outside, and then what will remain? So in this omega d into cos omega dt plus theta, and here it will be sin omega dt plus theta into zeta omega n. So this minus minus becomes plus here, minus sign minus sign. Okay, it can be written first. Okay, that's why that is written first. Zeta omega and tp square root of 1 minus zeta square. So the second part will give plus sign, that's why it is written first. Zeta into omega n sin omega d tp plus theta. Wherever t is there, tp I substituted. First term we had the minus, omega d was there, so omega d I have substituted the value omega n into square root of 1 minus zeta square cos omega d tp plus theta is equal to 0. Again here same thing applies. So zeta omega and tp by square root of 1 minus zeta square may not be equal to 0. So this complete term may be a 0 term, but this may not be a 0 term, non-zero term. So that's why we will equate this equal to 0. So zeta omega n sin omega d tp plus theta minus omega n square root of 1 minus zeta square cos omega d tp plus theta is equal to 0. So here both omega n is common is there. Okay, so omega n is common. If you take it outside and if you divide by 0, 0 divided by omega n will give you 0. That's why that omega n part I have removed. Okay, I have not shown that step. Hope you understand. If I have something here common outside, okay, omega n, and if you take it right side, what will happen? 0 divided by omega n will give you 0 itself. Okay, that's why that is eliminated in this next step. So now what is remaining? Zeta sin omega d tp plus theta square root of 1 minus zeta square cos omega d tp plus theta. If you look at, so something we have done substitution in the derivation of second order system. So what is this square root of 1 minus zeta square and zeta? So we will do a substitution here. So let zeta is equal to cos theta. You know already theta equal to cos inverse zeta. Accordingly, I have taken zeta equal to cos theta. If I take zeta equal to cos theta, then what will happen? Square root of 1 minus zeta square. It is square root of, you can show one more step here. Square root of 1 minus cos square theta. From trigonometric relation, it is sin theta. So what I will do here is, in this expression, I will substitute now where zeta is there cos theta and square root of 1 minus sin square is the sin theta. So then I will get a form sin A sin B, cos A sin B plus sin A cos B. So some form I will get so that I can write sin A plus B something. Okay, let's look at that. Okay, so it is all trigonometric we are using. Okay. Okay, so which one I have taken A? Just look at. Okay, so I have substituted first zeta, it is cos theta, and wherever square root of 1 minus zeta square is there, I have substituted sin theta. Okay, then I have taken this sin omega d tp as plus theta, this as a A. Okay, this as omega d tp plus theta as A, and this theta as B. So sin A cos B. Okay, so the same way I have written the formula sin A cos B, first term. Then this is the same thing, I should take A here, cos omega d tp plus theta A, theta is B, so cos A sin B minus cos A sin B. So now refer your trigonometric table. So this is second PU level only, you have by hearted it, right? It should be there in your mind. So what is sin A cos B minus cos A sin B, which is sin A minus B. Okay, so sin A cos B plus cos A sin B, it is sin A plus B. Sin A cos B minus cos A sin B is sin A minus B. So substitute that sine of, what is the A term we have considered? Omega d Tp plus theta. It is the A term, and the B term is theta. So minus theta is equal to 0. So this theta cancel out. So sine omega d Tp, you will get it as 0. So again it is remove it. So what is omega d Tp is equal to sine inverse 0. Okay. So anything you can consider 0, 5, 2, 5, all will give you the same answer 0. So sine inverse 0 is equal to, I will consider the first one 5. Okay. So from this, what is peak time? Tp is equal to 5 by omega d. So small difference. Rise time you had 5 minus theta by omega d. Now it is just 5 by omega d. Substitute for omega d. So this is our final expression. Tp is equal to 5 by omega n square root of 1 minus zeta square. Okay. So this is the second expression derivation. Okay. So out of 4, any 2 they can ask. Okay. So simple expression. Okay. So one we have taken 1 and we have cancelled 0 and we have done rise time. Second one we have taken differentiation of time response, and then trigonometric relation we have used and we solved and we got the peak time. Next we'll take the peak overshoot. Okay. So you need to know the definition again. Expression for peak overshoot. Peak overshoot is the normalized difference between the peak value of time response and the steady state value. This you know. So as per definition, peak overshoot for a step response, okay, will be given as y of Tp. So y of Tp is the peak. What is the C of that is steady state? It is 1, right? So 1 divided by 1. So I need to do this substitution. So y of Tp means output, or you can consider it is C of Tp. Okay, C of Tp, peak. Okay, so when it reaches peak, okay, that is C of Tp. Previously I have done no C of Tp minus 1 divided by 1. So which is nothing but C of Tp minus 1. Okay, y also we will consider for output, C also will consider anything. Okay, so now you have to take the expression of C of Tp again. Wherever T is there, Tp you substitute in the time response and make it minus 1. Okay, so you'll see what you will get. So y of Tp minus 1 or C of Tp minus 1. Okay, anything we will consider. So C of Tp only you consider. C of Tp minus 1 equal to, what will happen? The 1 was there in the expression, it will cancel out. I will make minus 1 and this plus 1 minus 1 cancel out. I have directly written that step. Okay. So what is remaining is minus zeta omega n Tp by square root of 1 minus zeta square sine omega d Tp plus theta. So where Tp is there, I will substitute this 5 by omega d. Okay, so wherever Tp is there, I will substitute 5 by omega n square root of 1 minus zeta square. Previously we have derived no, that value I will substitute here. Okay, and this is called as peak overshoot now, MP. Okay, so minus e to the power minus zeta omega n, Tp is there 5 by left. Okay, sorry for the inconvenience. So minus zeta omega n 5 by omega n square root of 1 minus zeta square root of 1 minus zeta square sine omega d. Here I will substitute as omega d because it will cancelling is easy. Here omega n cancellation will happen. Okay, that's why I have substituted here omega d as omega n square root of 1 minus zeta square and here as omega d itself. Okay, plus theta. Okay, so what will happen here because of this next? So this omega n cancel out and this omega d cancel out. Okay, so sine 5 plus theta will come. What is sine 5 plus theta? So sine 5 means 180 degree, right? So it will vanish out. Okay, sine 5 plus theta is nothing but 1 you will get. Okay, so just we will see how it will come. Okay, so till here hope you understood. So this is just minus 1 we have made. Because of minus 1, here minus 1 minus 1 plus 1 minus 1 cancelled out. You got Tp. Next step Tp I have substituted. So here I have substituted as omega n square root of 1 minus zeta square and here omega d. Next step will cancel out and what is remaining will write off minus e to the power minus zeta 5 square root of 1 minus zeta square of 1 minus zeta square Sine phi plus theta means minus sine theta. Okay, so minus sine theta I have substituted next. So this minus sign will multiply and it will become plus in the next step. Okay, and e to the power minus phi zeta. This is numerator phi zeta. You have square root of 1 minus zeta square. Divide by square root of 1 minus zeta square is there. Now I will substitute sine theta value. What is sine theta value? Previously you have taken no theta zeta equal to cos theta. So square root of 1 minus zeta square is sine theta. So the same thing I have substituted here. So it will cancel out. So you got the expression now. MP is equal to e to the power minus phi zeta square root of 1 minus zeta square. Okay. So quickly we have done 3 derivations now. So these are the 3 important derivation as so far asked in the exam. Okay, peak overshoot. The same thing if you write it in 100. Okay, multiply this value by 100, you will get the percentage. Okay, so if you multiply this value by 100, so it will give you the percentage peak overshoot. Okay, so normally in problem and all they will give percentage sometimes. So you need to convert that into a point. Okay, by dividing the value by 100. Okay, or if you want to keep it in percentage, you have to multiply by 100. Okay, so very simple. Okay, next we will have the last one, settling time. So expression for settling time, again there are 2 set of derivations you can make here by taking 2% tolerance band and 5% tolerance band. Okay, so both I will try to show you. Okay, time required for the response to reach and stay within a specified tolerance band. Okay, so you have seen the response, right? And you remember what is this one. So initially it will be having peak and then slowly it will decrease and it will reach this 2% tolerance band and it will sustain there. Okay, either 2% or 5%, that is the level. Okay, so we'll denote it as TS. In some book it may be written as TSS also. Okay, so TS is the time when output becomes 98% of its final value as t tends to infinity. So 2% tolerance band means 100 minus 2 is 98%, right? So 98% percentage, if we remove, its value is 0.98. And what is we are substituting in the time response? So C of t, wherever t is there, I will substitute TS and it will equate to 0.98. Previously we have taken C of TP minus 1. We have differentiated it and we have taken 100% for rise time. Okay, for now settling time we are taking 0.98. We'll substitute that with limits. Okay, so limit t tends to infinity, that is the definition, right? So C of t, 1 minus e to the power minus zeta omega n t square root of 1 minus zeta square sine omega dt plus theta. So this is the time response, and wherever t is there, TS you have to substitute in the next step, which is equal to 0.98. Okay, so next what you can make, so wherever t is there you substitute TS. If you take this term right side it will become plus, and 0.98 if you take left side it will become minus, right? So 1 minus 0.98 will give you 0.02. So 0.02 will consider for our calculation. Okay, so 1 minus, so everything vanish out. Okay, okay, so t equal to infinity we have substituted. Okay, just fine. So what you will get here is 1 minus, limits we have applied, no? So 1 minus e to the power minus zeta omega n TS and remaining terms cancel out. So 0.98 will remain. So then e to the power minus zeta omega n TS is equal to 1 minus 0.98 will give you 0.02. So to remove the exponential term, minus zeta omega n TS is equal to ln of 0.0. Natural log will apply to remove the natural exponential. Okay, so 0.02 will give you minus 3.912 value. So this minus sign cancel out, and you have to write the expression for TS now, settling time, that is given by 3.912 by zeta omega n. Okay, so this 3.9 we can approximately write it as 4. Okay, so normally remember the formula, so 4 will write, so that's why 4 by zeta omega n you will get for settling time. This is the derivation, simple derivation, that's why this is not asked so far in the exam, but you should be prepared. Okay, Similar way, you can derive the TS equal to 3 by zeta omega n if 5% tolerance band is given. So how you derive it? Very simple, same way. So what will happen here is you have to take 95%. For 2%, you have taken 98%. So same way you have to take output becomes 95%, 5% tolerance band. Here it will come 0.95. So here also it will come 0.95. So then here it will change. So here 0.95. And when you take next step 1 minus 0.95, it will give you 0.05 will come. And this natural log of 0.05 will give you something around 2.9 something you will get. Because of that, you are able to write approximately 3 here. Okay, so straight away. So you can, if any tolerance band they have asked the derivation, you can do it. I shown for 2%, same way you can do it for 5%. Understood? So settling time is inversely proportional to the damping ratio. So that is the observation. Damping ratio, as zeta increases, TS decreases. So see here. So at under damped system, we are applying the zeta 0 greater than 1. Okay. So that's why if zeta value is equal to 1, what will happen? Very soon it will not have oscillation. It will reach the critically damped system. If zeta value is more than 1, so it will reach again the settling, the steady state. Okay. So this is something conclusion we have come out from this the thing. So now what we have here next is the problems based on this derivation, whatever we have done. So you have to remember the formula. Very simple problems, substitution problems. Okay. So you will enjoy these kind of problems. Only thing is different systems will have, so different changes they will make, and we'll do the application part. Okay. So now TS you have to remember for 2%, 4 by zeta omega n equal and 3 by zeta omega n for 5%. Okay. So similarly, MP peak overshoot is e to the power minus 5 zeta by square root of 1 minus zeta square. In percentage, just multiply by 100. Okay. Next, settling peak time 5 by omega d. We will remember because omega d will separately calculate omega in square root of 1 minus zeta square in the problems. So omega d will substitute 5 by omega d will give you TP. Simple. Okay. Next, we have the rise time. Okay, rise time value is 5 minus theta by omega d. Theta is cos inverse zeta. Omega d is omega in square root of 1 minus zeta square. So this is the values we will be taking in the problem and we are solving. Okay. I don't think so. We are able to complete one problem, but just take out one problem and we'll see. Okay. So there are a number of problems are there. So next 3 to 4 sessions, it will be completely based on this problem. Okay. So majority of the questions will come on this. Okay. Majorly the same thing we have done last 4 problems we have done. No time response. It is up to zeta and omega d calculation. Zeta and omega and time response was there. Now along with that we need to calculate these 4 specifications. Okay. Or if specification is given, you have to calculate zeta omega n or the closed loop transfer function reverse manner. So this only we have some number of problems that we try to do it in the next sessions. Okay. So today we'll say one problem so that you will understand how we apply that. Okay. Okay, we could not take up, so we'll take up the application part of these damped systems and we'll discuss it. Okay. Over damped systems. Okay, so we have taken zeta greater than value where it is applicable. Okay, push button water tap shut off valves. You may be seeing some mechanical systems which will be used in your homes or somewhere. So these are some of the applications of these damped systems. Push button water tap shut off valves. Okay, then automatic door closers. In malls and all, you have seen door automatically it will open when you come near that, so it will open it by the sensors, right? So they are critically damped systems also. Sometimes it is example for over damped system. Then critical damped systems, elevator mechanism. Okay, so in malls and all, in railway stations, okay, metro stations, everywhere nowadays elevators are there. Okay, so like you have to stand, it's like a steps, right? So you don't need to climb it, you just stand over, so automatically it will roll. So that is also based on critically damped systems. Then your gun, so this is easily understood to you, right? So in movies and all you have observed, or in childhood you have played with gun also. Okay, what will happen there? Returns to neutral position in shortest possible time. If you press the trigger, if you leave the trigger, immediately it will come back to the steady state, right? So very good example for critically damped system. Then under damped system, okay, this is the important thing we are using, okay, in this discussion everywhere. So where it is used, all your string instruments, musical instruments, right? So when you press the, okay, so if you make some sound in music, okay, so tabla or whatever, if you put everything, so it will produce the oscillations, right? Vibrations, right? So first vibration will be very large, after that it will decay, right? Very good example. Even the temple bells, okay, first bell, if you click, so it will give a echo, right? That is nothing but the waves, okay. So even if you put the stone in the water, the very first you will have a high amplitude jump, right, of the water, right, droplet. After that it will decay, right? So all these things you can form a under damped system graph, okay. So make the sound appealing, right? So that's why musical instruments, even if they stop the instrument for few seconds, it will remain that tune, right? Then analog electrical or mechanical measuring instruments, okay. So all the measuring instruments under damped systems are utilized, okay. So this is the application part of the these things, okay. So very important sessions, time response specifications. You need to know the definition of all the specification and the derivation, okay. So for derivation you have to remember the time response expression, only then you can able to solve it. Very simple, write and practice that, okay. So next class we will start with the problems. So I will just read out one problem, okay. So how it looks like. So I have taken a differential equation here, the model of the transistor. This type of problem also we have seen previously, okay. A system is given by the differential equation, okay. Everything from university question paper only I have considered again. So d square y of t by dt square plus 4 into dy of t by dt plus 8 into y of t equal to 8 into x of t, where y of t is output and x of t is input. Obtain the output response to step input. What is they have asked? The same thing what we have done previously, c of t, right? So that we have to do means, what we have to do first, we have to find the transfer function of this, okay. So you have to apply the Laplace transform for this, and finally you have to keep it in the form omega n square by s square plus 2 zeta omega ns plus omega n square form. Then you have to compare, you will get zeta and omega n. From that you have to calculate theta and omega d. You substitute in the output response, you will get the value c of t. Then next, for the same you have to calculate the peak time, rise time, peak overshoot, settling time. Just now we have done, no, because its value depends on zeta and omega n itself, okay. So this is the question asked. So just we'll look at, okay. See here, settling time they have asked, zeta and omega n required, okay. So where you will get from zeta and omega n? From there only, right? Then so we have mp, peak overshoot. See here, it completely depends on zeta. Phi zeta by square root of 1 minus zeta square. Zeta value is required to calculate mp. Then peak time. Peak time, what you have? Phi by omega d. So again omega d is nothing but what? Omega n and zeta is required. See here, simple. Only thing is you have to remember the expression. So easy problems, okay. If you have enjoyed the first 4 problems, definitely you will enjoy the remaining this, okay. So but we will take advanced level problems here since you have done basic level, okay. Then tr also you see, phi minus theta by omega d. Theta is nothing but cos inverse zeta. So zeta you required, omega n is required. So important, okay. So finding out zeta and omega n. To find out that, you require the system transfer function, okay. From there only you will compare and you will get the zeta and omega n, okay. So hope how the problem looks like, you I have given an idea. So we'll solve in the next class, okay. So I will stop for here. So go through the notes whatever we done so far, okay. Second order system, then 4 problems I have done, go through that, and this derivations, okay. So we'll see the problems next class.